suck at winking. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Nancy Love, and if you are new, welcome to the Nancy Love family, and I hope you stick around. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, and hopefully you guys are excited as I was excited to go ahead and film this updated routine that I currently have at this time to do my makeup, and hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I did, and love you guys. If you guys hear that noise in the background, it's the fan. I have the AC. I just turned on the AC because it's a little hot, and I have the fan. I'm a little hot, and I'm in my room. I have my windows closed because I'm recording, and then I have the lights, so it makes it a little bit harder and hotter. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Purity by Philosophy. You guys know this is my favorite moisturizer. So usually what I do first, I go ahead and I get a toner. So I get one of these pads, I put the toner, and I start like tapping my face just to get all the excess oil off of my face. As you know, I am oily, so I go ahead and do this. I already actually did it, so my next step is actually putting moisturizer on. That's 2.5. So I've been loving the Carmax chapstick. It's like my favorite. My birthday's coming up, and if you want to get me anything for my birthday, pretty cheap, huh? I have witch hazel in here, which is like a toner, so I actually like putting it on as soon as I put on my moisturizer and it dries down. So I'm going to wait about a minute or two. So this is in the shade medium. This is the Pro Concealer and Correct palette by MAC. I use one of these brushes. So what I go ahead and do, I start correcting anything that I have on my face that I need to cover, any pimples or anything like that. I go on and I cover it with this, and then I layer my foundation. That way my foundation isn't so thick. Since I do have oily skin, I don't want to have a lot of foundation, especially during the day. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Morphe M44 brush and just start blending everything in. So as you can see, a little bit just went a long way. I don't really need much. So by me applying foundation now, I'm not going to need a lot of foundation now. What I like to use on a daily basis is this one, which is the L'Oreal True Match. This is in the shade Warm W4. So what I like to do is get my Pro Concealer palette from MAC, and I pour a little bit in. Like that should be enough. So now I'm going to go in with my damp beauty blender and just make sure I don't have any brush lines. Concealer, and usually what I like, I dap it I'm going to add a little bit of translucent powder. So I've been using the Soft Glam by Anastasia, the palette. This is one of the most beautiful palettes. I've honestly been using it a lot on a daily basis, of course, because it has all those neutrals and like it's just perfect. Another thing I do want to go ahead and say is that you don't need a lot of brushes to do your face. If you only can afford one brush and you're in a budget, just honestly get the Morphe M505 brush. Like literally this brush right here has a little tip right here, if you can see. So you can do some of the detail with the tip and then just blend the rest. Just make sure you have good blending techniques and you get the brush with the tip, which is the Morphe M505. I can honestly do my eyeshadow with this one brush if I'm in a rush and I don't have time to go through my other brushes. The orange soda and burnt orange. So these two, I usually tap them, and I'm going to go ahead and create my transition color. I'm going to go ahead and use Ristic, which is this one right here. Remember, when you're holding the brush, don't hold it so tight like this. Hold it like this towards the tip, and just like let your fingers do like all the movement. Don't go like that with your whole hand because you'll get tired by blending. So just go like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get the shade bronze and put it in the corner of my lid. So I'm just going to use my fingers. Now, you know, I'm gonna get my brush again and just make sure I clean out all the glitter. Like, I only have it in the area I want it, and it's not all over the eyelid, because that's not what I want. So now I'm gonna go back with my Born This Way concealer in the name Almond. Usually what I do, I let my concealer dry a little bit before I blend it with the Beauty Blender. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do, as you can see, it's just add translucent powder to my whole face so I can set my foundation and my concealer. So now that I'm going to go ahead and let the translucent powder just bake, I'm going to use the Goof Pro pencil and just color in my eyebrows a bit. This is in the shade 4, I believe. Yes. Anytime I do my eyebrows or my eyeliner, I just have to hold my breath and just suck it in for a bit, you know? So now what I do to clean it up, I go back to the whatever leftover foundation I had, and I do that. I like using the shade of the color of my foundation just because I hate it when it looks so white right here on top. It just looks so unnatural. I don't like that. It's not for me. I like the natural look, you know, just try to make them as natural as possible. And that's what I like. I don't like to have them too dark or anything like that. Okay, so that looks good. So now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the setting powder. The next step, I'm going to go ahead and use my MAC Studio Fix. This is in the shade N35. Because I feel like the setting powder makes you look so white. So I want some of that color back. I'm going to go ahead and start bronzing my face. I'm going to use a flat fluffy brush like this, a powder brush. This is from Sephora. And I'm going to use the Studio Mac Fix. This is in the shade NC50. So it's just a darker shade. Again, I like my stuff to look, I like to make it look as natural as possible, which is the base and the eyebrows. And another thing, do it with a soft hand. You never want to have a hard hand when you're bronzing. Always do it very softly. Almost like as if imagine you're doing makeup on a baby. I mean, not that you would, but just imagine that's what you're doing. For blush, I'm going to go ahead and use the Bellario. This is the Herbal Matte Blush. This is in the color Toasted. And the brush I'm going to be using, I don't even know where I got this, but it works good for me. So the final step that I do on the face is cut the cheeks. I have some creases right here by my lips, so I add some there. So I'm going to leave it there until I'm done with the rest of my face, which is my lashes and eyeliner. So for eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and use the NYC Definition the pen, which is this one in the shade Black. Then what I do, I go back to my soft palette. I get the black shade. I think it's the Carbon, no, it's Noir. I get the black shade, which is Noir. Put a little bit in the brush. This is like an eyebrow brush. So what I do, I tap a little bit in the inner corner of my eye, and the reason why I do that is because it gets watery, so that way it prevents it from smearing, and that works for me. So I have 12% on the battery in the camera, so I think I can manage and do the whole video within the percentage I have left. So I'm going to go ahead and use a black eyeliner by e.l.f. Line the top area. I'm going to use a Kat Von D brown liner. Do that in the bottom. With Soda Orange and Burnt Orange from the Anastasia palette with the Q-tip and just spread it underneath my eye. And I'll go with a little bit of the black shade, and that's just going to be more of the outer corner. And I'm going to go back with my and even if you don't see any eyeshadow, just make sure you do this because there's always something down there. Even if you don't see it, believe me, it's there. And when I do that, usually I'll do this. I do apologize, you guys. So I thought I was recording my final steps, which I wasn't. The camera was off. I thought I turned on the camera after I placed in the new charge battery, but I did go ahead and the final steps, which included putting on my eyelashes. It's the style So Natural by Kiss, and I did use the Kiss adhesive glue, which you put it on the strip. You make sure it's completely clear and dry before you put it on your eyelid. So it does give like a blue undercast. As soon as you slide it on, it's going to look a little bit like a blue, like a clear blue. So once that clears completely, that means the glue is completely dry, so you put it on your lashes. And I went ahead and used my favorite mascara in the whole world, which is L'Oreal, and the color Carbon. I did go ahead and use my lip combo, which is new. It's the Sis from MAC, which is this nude color right here. After Sis is going to be the Morphe Matte collection. I believe this is in the shade Tempt, like Temptation. And to top it off, I use the MAC Dazzle Glass. This is like a purplish shade that has like little glitter reflexes on it. I'm not sure if you can really see that, but that's my lip combo. And then to finalize the look, I did use the Mario Badescu setting spray. I was going to go ahead and use the Morphe one, but it's back there. Kind of don't feel like reaching up there to get it, but in the scent Rose. It's just one of my favorite scents. And again, this is my final look. Hopefully you guys are able to achieve it, like it, and again, it's simple. Usually it takes me less than an hour. This time around it took me an hour just because I had complications with the battery, my phone, and I couldn't find the damn eyeliner. So that's another thing. I'm sorry guys, I was just looking for other options for you to use a different gloss if you don't have the one from MAC. So other options you can use is the Morphe Shimmy, which is this shade right here. This shade actually looks really good with the lip combo I just created with Sis from MAC lipstick and the Temp from the Morphe lipstick matte collection. So you can actually combine that with that gloss and it looks amazing. I've actually also tried it with the Katie, the Desi and Katie collection, which is this one right here. This one's over the top. This is one of my favorites. Actually, this by itself, it looks so beautiful. Actually, any of these 3 glosses by themselves just look so amazing. So this is another option. Again, as I mentioned, this is like 10 bucks. And it has like glitter reflex as well. Not sure if you can see that. And then this one right here was like $17 at the Dose of Colors website, and this was, I believe, like $23, $24, 23, around $20, I believe. But if you don't have this and you do have this, go ahead and use this one, or even this. This is like 10 bucks, I think. So just other options for you, or if you have any other glosses that you like the most, just add it in. Maybe you'll like it more within that combination. Again, you don't need to have all these brushes or all this makeup just to create certain looks. As I mentioned earlier, I only used one brush to do my eyeshadow, and as you can see, it came out good. And that's the reason why you don't need to spend a lot of money on makeup. You can only use one brush, one eyeshadow brush, if that's all you have, or that's all you're able to afford, or if that's all you have clean. For example, me, I was just lazy to go ahead and reach out or look for the other brushes, because I think they're somewhere back there in my closet. If not, they're in my drawer somewhere there, or my makeup bag. So I would literally have to look for them. So all I had basically was the Morphe. As you can see, the only brush that I use for my shadow is the Morphe M505 brush, which is fluffy and it has like a little pointy tip, which you can't go wrong with. So then I use this for my transition, my definition line, which is our darker brown, which I did it on the outer area, and then I cleaned it out, and then I did the gold with my finger. And then another thing you can do, if you're using light and dark colors and you're just going back and forth and all you have is one brush, again, you don't need to have a million brushes to do your eyeshadow. Get like a cotton ball or just a piece of paper, or just like a makeup remover wipe, and then just go like that. Just clean the brush and you can continue using it. Again, it's simple as that. And hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. Hopefully you guys like this makeup look and you guys are able to go ahead and achieve it. Again, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and hopefully you stay part of the Vlog family. You stay and look at my journey from now till, I don't know, whenever I die or whatever. And again, another thing, you don't need to have the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I know this is like 45 bucks, 50 bucks, or 60 bucks, I don't know, around that price range. You don't need to have expensive makeup to achieve this look. You can literally use a palette from like a drugstore or ColourPop. There's another palette here that I love. So this is another palette that I have from ColourPop. Again, you don't need the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia. Like I said, this is like 45 to 60 bucks, around that price range. So you don't need this if you don't have the money or you're not within the budget to get it, unless you already have the palette. So you can use this palette, which is Had You at Hello, I think. You Had Me at Hello with ColourPop. So this was very inexpensive. It was like $12. Comes with the little mirror, and it has a lot of the same shades that I used. So for the transition, you can use these two, mix them in. For the dark brown color, you can mix these two, this one and this one. And then for the golden shade, you can use, of course, this one right here in the back. So again, you don't need expensive makeup. You can just get similar colors with cheaper makeup. And honestly, yes, the price is cheap, but the quality in this is amazing. It's good. Like, this is one of my favorite palettes from ColourPop, and it's You Had Me at Hello. Like, the name says it all, you know? Again, thank you for watching my video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this content and watch the whole entire thing. Don't forget to leave me a like, a comment, share, and subscribe and be part of the Love family. And I hope I see you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye.